All right, what's good, y'all? So look, we're talking about a massive injury update via Matt Zenitz, man, when it comes to NC State. Now, look, a lot of people going to sleep on NC State and how good and how talented they are. But this team can play, especially offensively on that side of the ball. Defensively, I'm not necessarily sold. But even against Georgia Tech, and I know what y'all going to say, they weren't the healthiest going into that game. They put up 48 points on them. Jaden Duke Scott, who came from Stockbridge, had nearly 200 yards rushing by him to himself. They're going to get back Hollywood Smothers, who's not really as much of a bell cow as Jaden Duke Scott is. He's more of a, I don't want to say finesse running back, but he can do a little bit of everything. He's your Swiss Army knife, right? He runs good outside of the tackles. He's good with the ball in his hands. He can run routes like a receiver. He's a stud. Both him and Justin Joly both missed the game last week or a few weeks ago against Georgia Tech. Obviously, NC State also just recently came off a bye week. Per Matt Zenitz, looks like they're going to both be able to play in this game against Miami. Again, massive. Now, Miami has a really good defense. It's pretty stellar this year. We know about Messendor. We know about Ruben Bain, Bryce Fitzgerald. We know about them boys. But it's a whole different animal. And C.J. Bailey, when he throws a football, you know what I'm saying, he can hit his receivers, right? And he gets two more of his weapons back. So they're going to have to be cognizant of that, right? They're going to have to slow down the run, and they're going to have to cover Justin Joly, who's really one of their best weapons in the receiving game, right? He's like one-on-one unstoppable. So they're going to have to send pressure and different looks to Bailey. If you sit back there and let him cook, good darn luck. And he's playing with a little bit of an added edge too, because remember, he's from the state of Florida. He's from around in that area of Miami. So, you know, them kind of not really like, you know, recruiting him as hard as maybe other schools was, you know he's going to play with an added edge. Now, again, he might not admit that publicly, but whenever a school overlooks you and you from the hometown of that, that's going to be in the back of your mind. So for my Hurricanes, man, they definitely going to have to be ready to go. They're going to be cognizant, obviously, of this game against NC State. And with this news, like I said, both of them missed the game against Georgia Tech. They're going to have to be ready to go because, you know, this offense is explosive. Say what you want. They can score a lot of points. They beat Virginia early this year, 35-31. They've had some ugly losses, of course. But at this point, they're not playing for anything crazy, right? They're playing for a bowl game, right? Which they have more than they capably, you know, obviously accomplish. But other than that, they're not really playing for a college football playoff. They aren't playing for things like that. You know what I'm saying? But this team is good, and they'll have another year of C.J. Bailey at the quarterback spot. I'll have to see. I don't know the eligibility of Smothers, of obviously a Joly, but those guys can go. And Smothers leads the ACC in rushing this year. He's right at the top, and just behind him is Jamari Taylor from Virginia. The kid is a stud. So my Hurricanes gonna have to be ready. It's a big, massive update for them. And this team can go. They can score a lot of points. So Beck mess around, had them turnovers early in the game. It could be a long day in Miami. You know what I'm saying? But handle your business, do what you're supposed to do, slow down these two studs, and we should be all right. But again, these guys are elite.